Hey guys, Dan here for BladeReviews.com, and today I'm pleased to present you with this review of the Spyderco Sage 2. That's going to be this titanium handled knife you see there. I've got it next to my Spyderco Sage 1, which happens to be one of my all-time favorite EDC knives, and I'm here to say that the Sage 2 is just another awesome offering from Spyderco in their illustrious Sage series. Each knife, of course, paying homage to a certain knife maker who has contributed a revolutionary design to the world of folding knives. So the Sage 1 is for Michael Walker and his liner lock, and the Sage 2 is for Chris Reeve and his integral lock, or frame lock as we sometimes refer to it. Anyhow, let's get going with the review, guys. Let's start things off with some quick specifications and then move on into some other interesting topics. The Sage 2 has an overall length of 7 1/8 inches. It's got a 3-inch long blade and it weighs 3.5 ounces. So, like I said, near perfect EDC dimensions for my use at least. Let's put it up against a couple other classic Spydercos. First up, I've got this Spyderco Paramilitary 2, much larger knife, and then I've got a Spyderco Dragonfly, a much smaller knife. So you can see that for my kind of mileage, the Sage 2, it's the chair that fits perfectly. It's a great size for my style of everyday carry. Okay, so let's get this Sage 1 out of the way. I did shoot a video review on that one a while back, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out. But our Sage 2 here is what's going to take center stage, and it's got a beautiful drop point blade, commonly referred to as a leaf-shaped blade by Spyderco, and I'd say that is a pretty apt description. It does look like a leaf, and the knife has been given a full flat grind. Nice one. It's got a nice kind of satin finish to it, and you've got a nice sharp edge here with enough belly to get all your EDC stuff done. Blade stock is 3 millimeters, and you can see that the Sage 2 comes to a very nice tip. Not for prying or anything, but definitely good for detail tasks. And all in all, I really do like this blade shape a lot. Blade steel is the illustrious CPM S30V. It's a high-end steel that is known for holding a great edge, being not too difficult to sharpen, and being fairly rust and corrosion resistant as well. It's one of my favorite steels, and Spyderco applies an excellent heat treat to their S30V, so expect high performance from this knife. Big fan of both the blade and the steel. Now the handles here are beautifully done titanium slabs. So you've got 2 slabs of titanium, been given a nice kind of blasted finish, and all the corners have been rounded. It's quite elegant, it's quite minimalist, and it's quite intriguing to me as a knife collector. I just love titanium frame locks. Of course, Chris Reeve has made those extremely popular with his lines of folding knives, and that's exactly what this knife is trying to pay respect to, Mr. Reeve. And you can see there, just beautifully done. Screw together construction, couple decorative pillars, and functional, and just a really smooth and simple handle design here. Let's take a closer look at the pocket clip, which is a Spyderco wire clip. And I'll tell you, really big fan of the wire clip. It's very discreet, it's very functional. You've got good retention here, and it just slips in and out of your pocket easily. And like I said, most people don't even realize you're carrying the knife. It's just super discreet. You've got the option of tip-up ambidextrous carry, and it is just phenomenal. Can't say enough nice things about the Spyderco wire clip. Let's take a look at the knife in hand, and the first thing I want to call your attention to is this beautiful 50-50 choil, where 50% of the choil is made up of your blade tang here, and the other 50% is made up of your handle. So I'll tell you, very comfortable, unparalleled control. Just love this choil a lot. And on the top side, you've got a great thumb ramp with tons of functional jimping. Very secure, not too sharp, so you get a good combination of comfort and control. Your thumb's not going anywhere, but it doesn't feel like it's about to rip my thumb off either. As for the rest of the handle, it's been beautifully contoured. You just know when you pick this knife up that Spyderco spent some time on the ergonomics. It really does show just the moment you get this in hand. It's been beautifully done. Let's take a closer look at the deployment system here. What you've got is a 13mm Spyder hole, a nice thumb hole here. Very easy to get at with either hand in wet or dry conditions, gloves or without, and just beautiful. Deployment is nice and smooth thanks to some high-end phosphor bronze washers, and the knife just opens up with a flick of the thumb there. Great deployment, really nice feature, high quality washers in there too, so that's always nice to see. Lockup on our Chris Reeve integral lock here is excellent. It's nice and early. There's no blade play at all. It's you know, the knife pays homage to this lock design, so you'd think that they would put a decent lock on there, and I'll tell you, the lock is outstanding. So really like it. Doesn't stick at all. No blade play. Like I said, just been perfectly done. Really, guys, this is an outstanding knife. I'm a huge fan of the Sage 1. There's a reason why it's one of my favorite EDC knives of all time. It's just been beautifully done, and many of the things that I like so much about the Sage 1 have been translated here to the Sage 2. So, high-end materials, incredible fit and finish. Both these knives are made in Taichung, Taiwan, and I'll tell you, they're manufacturing some of the best knives in the world right now, and it just shows every little detail with these knives, both these knives. So some of you may be wondering, Dan, which one do you prefer? Well, guys, to be honest with you, for everyday carry, I still prefer this Sage 1. It's just a little bit more practical for my style of use. I find that these carbon fiber scales, they really resist wear. They won't show any scratches or scuffs. Titanium tends to scratch a little bit, so I like the Sage 1, and I also prefer the blackened pocket clip. To me, that's just a little even more discreet, especially when you're wearing something like dress pants. So there you have it. But both knives are great. I really can't recommend both of them enough. Some of my all-time favorite blades. Guys, if you don't have any Sage knives in your collection and you've got your eye on them, pull the trigger. Just do it, and you can thank me later. All right, guys, that's the review. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Dan for BladeReviews.com. Take care, be safe, and I'll be back soon with another knife review.